Hello again, friends. We've prayed evening prayer, and now it is time to read together. We continue tonight our reading of First Kings. Here's the big picture. Remember, First and Second Kings, originally this was one book, and so the big picture shows both. Tonight, we resume our reading at chapter 14, verse 21. So here we are in this section here, chapters 12 through 16. Israel has split in two. There are now two kingdoms: the northern kingdom under King Jeroboam, and the southern kingdom under King Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. Only two tribes remain with Solomon and David, Judah and Benjamin. Everyone else is in the north. We've seen already in our reading that the north has gotten off to a really bad start in being even more unfaithful than the elder Solomon was. And, well, the southern kingdom's not going to do any. Well, the Southern Kingdom does a wee little bit better. Some of the time. Some of the time, they're just as bad. So, I'll be reading from the left-hand column, which is the text as found in the Complete Jewish Bible, a Jewish Bible. Nothing terribly shocking there. I point that out because sometimes Jewish biblical language doesn't sound like Christian biblical language. In the right-hand column, you see the text as it's found in the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition. And we'll be using that mainly to translate, as it were, Jewish biblical language into Christian biblical language for those moments where it's less than clear. So, friends, we resume our reading, chapter 14, verse 21. Let me pull up the timer first, and then we'll jump into the actual reading and find our verse placement. 21. There we go. So, right off the bat, Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. Remember, Solomon in the Jewish Bible is Shlomo. Rehoboam in the Jewish Bible is Rechavam. Oh, yes, and Jerusalem is Yerushalayim. And there is that more generalized name of God that is not the sacred name of God, that is used in place of the sacred name of God that can only be spoken by God, of Adonai. So there's a few things right off the bat. Good evening, Anthony. So, friends, let's read. We continue our reading of First Kings. Rechavam, the son of Shlomo, was reigning in Yehuda, Judah. Rechavam was 41 years old when he began to rule, and he ruled 17 years in Jerusalem, the city Adonai had chosen from all the tribes of Israel to bear his name. His mother's name was Naamah the Ammonite. Yehuda did what was evil from Adonai's perspective. They made him angry because of their sins, which were worse than any their ancestors had committed. For they erected high places, standing stones, and sacred poles on every high hill and under every green tree. Also, there were male and female cult prostitutes in the land attached to these shrines, doing all the disgusting things which the nations did that Adonai had expelled ahead of the people of Israel. In the 5th year of King Rechavam, Shishak, king of Egypt, attacked Jerusalem. He took the treasures in the house of Adonai and the treasures in the royal palace. He took everything, including all the gold shields Shlomo had made. To replace them, King Rechavam made shields of bronze, which he entrusted to the commanders of the contingent guarding the gate to the royal palace. Whenever the king went to the house of Adonai, the guard would get their shields. Later, they would return them to the guard room. Other activities of Rechavam and all his accomplishments are recorded in the annals of the kings of Yehuda. But there was continual war between Rechavam and Jeroboam, that would be the king in the north. Rechavam slept with his ancestors and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David. His mother's name was Naamah the Ammonite. Then Aviam, his son, became king in his place. Aviam. Abijam, we would say. Chapter 15. It was in the 18th year of King Yerovam, the son of Nevat, that Aviam began his reign over Yehuda. He ruled 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Maacah, the daughter of Abishalom. He committed all the sins his father had committed before him. He was not wholehearted with Adonai his God, as David his forefather had been. Nevertheless, for David's sake, Adonai his God gave him a lamp burning in Jerusalem by establishing his son after him and making Jerusalem secure. For David had done what was right from Adonai's perspective. He had not turned away from anything he had ordered him to do, as long as he lived, except in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. It's not a small except either. Remember that. There was war between Rechavam and Yaravam as long as he lived. Other activities of Aviam and all his accomplishments are recorded in the annals of the kings of Yehuda. But there was war between Aviam and Yaravam. Aviam slept with his ancestors, and they buried him in the city of David. Then Asa, his son, became king in his place. It was in the 20th year of Yaravam, king of Israel, that Asa began his reign over Yehuda. He ruled 41 years in Jerusalem. His grandmother's name was Maacah, the daughter of Avishalom. Asa did what was right from the perspective of Adonai, as David his ancestor had done. There's a bright spot. He rid the land of cult prostitutes and removed all the idols his ancestors had made. He also deposed Ma'akah from her position as queen mother because she had made a disgusting image as an Asherah. Asa cut down this image of hers and burned it in the Wadi, Kidron. But the high places were not removed. It's a bright time, faithful king, but not quite completely. Nevertheless, Asa was wholehearted with Adonai throughout his life. He brought into the house of Adonai all the articles his father had consecrated, also the things he himself had consecrated, silver, gold, and utensils. There was war between Asa and Baasha. Note the shift in the north. We haven't read about that yet because these two stories don't really overlap well. There was war between Asa and Baasha, king of Israel, as long as they both lived. Baasha attacked Yehuda, and he fortified Ramah to prevent anyone's leaving or entering the territory of Asa, king of Yehuda. Then Asa took all the silver and gold left among the treasuries of the house of Adonai and among the treasures of the royal palace, and entrusting them to his servants, King Asa sent them to Ben-Hadad, the son of Tivrimmon, the son of Hezion, king of Aram, who lived in Damascus, with this message. King Ben-Hadad, son of Tivrimmon, and son of Hezion of Aram, residing in Damascus. The message. There is a covenant between me and you, which existed already between my father and your father. Here, I'm sending you a present of silver and gold. Go and break your covenant with Baasha, king of Israel, so that he will leave me alone. Ben-Hadad did as King Asa asked. He sent the commanders of his armies against the cities of Israel, attacking Leon, or Ijon, Dan, Avel Bet Ma'akah, Abel Beth Makkah, and all Chinroth, and all the land of Naphtali. As soon as Baasha heard of it, he stopped building Ramah and stayed in Tirzah. King Asa then issued a proclamation requiring every man in Yehuda, with no exception, to come and carry off the stones and timber Baasha had used to fortify Ramah. With them, King Asa fortified Gibeah, Benjamin, and Mizpah. The other activities of Asa, all his power, all his accomplishments, and the cities he fortified are recorded in the annals of the kings of Yehuda. In his old age, he suffered from a disease in his legs. Asa slept with his ancestors and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David, his ancestor. Then Jehoshaphat Jehoshaphat, his son, became king in his place. We're going to pause there, friends, and next time we'll pick up here at verse 25 and we'll jump back to the north to Israel, and we will hear about the succession of the king of Israel who has already been mentioned in the stories we've read tonight. Have a blessed evening, dear friends. Peace be with you.